All right. Welcome back, Little Warrior Churchers. It's October the 8th, and I'm so glad that you're here. We're going to be starting reading the book of Job. We're actually in the 4th chapter, so that's going to be pretty fun. If you could go ahead and download the Wisdom app, we're live right on there right now. Also, the podcasts are pretty much everywhere. Just go follow one. And then there's a Facebook group if you ever want to check and see what's going on there. Let's go to Lord in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day and thank you for everything that you've given us. Help us understand what we're about to read today as we're going through the book of Job. And we pray. Amen. The book of Job is... It's a funny book because we all like to think that it's a book about why do people suffer. And really it's a book about how does God forgive people of their sins. And we'll go through that as we're reading through it. But let's start in chapter 4. So when we go through this, Eliphaz the Temanite is going to be talking. What his friends say is technically correct. And we can see how even the correct form of knowledge can sometimes be wrong in the certain circumstance, because Job, even God said he is upright and blameless in all his ways. And Eliphaz the Temanite keeps on saying this because of Job's sin that everything happened. It's technically correct, but by our standards, but it's wrong. And we can see that even though somebody says something technically correct, it can be wrong in this certain circumstance. So let's keep on going. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered, if someone ventures to talk with you, will you be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, you have instructed many. You have strengthened the weak hands. Your words have supported him who was fallen. You have made the feeble knees. But now it has come to you, and you faint, it touches you, and you are troubled. Isn't your piety your confidence? Isn't the integrity of your ways your hope? Remember now whoever perished being innocent? Or where is there an upright cutoff? According to what I have seen, those who plow iniquity and sow trouble reap the same. He's saying, Job, you're suffering so much because of your sin. But that's not the case here. Job was upright and blameless. We heard that out of God's mouth in chapter 1. Let's keep going. By the blast of his anger, they are consumed. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion, the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lions perish for lack of prey. The cubs of the lionesses are scattered abroad. Now a thing was secretly brought to me. My ear received a whisper of it. In thoughts from the visions of the night. When deep sleep falls on men, fear came on me and trembling, which made all my bones shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I couldn't discern its appearance. A form was before my eyes. Silence. Then I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his Maker? Behold, he puts no trust in his servants. He charges with his angels with error. How much more those who dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is the dust, who are crushed before the moth. Between morning and evening they are destroyed. They perish forever without any regard regarding it. Isn't their tent cord plucked up within them? They die and are without wisdom. Call now. Is there any who will answer you? To which of the holy ones will you turn? For resentment kills the foolish man, and jealousy kills the simple. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety. They are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hungry eat up, and take it even out of the thorns. The snare gapes for their substance. Their affliction doesn't come out of the dust. Neither does trouble spring out of the ground. But man is born to trouble, as the sparks fly upward. But as for me, I would seek God. I will command my cause to God. Who does great things that can't be fathomed, marvelous things without number? Who gives rain on the earth and sends water on the fields, so that he sets up high those who were low? Those who mourn are exalted to safety. He frustrates the plans of the crafty, so that their hands can't be performed. can't perform their enterprise. He takes the wise in their own craftiness. The counsel of the cunning is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope at noonday as in the night. But he saves from the sword of their mouth, even the needy from the hand of the mighty. So the poor has hope, and injustice shuts her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrects. Therefore do not despise the chastising of the Almighty. That is very true. Even Job said that in the last chapter. He said, shall I take God's blessing and not take the cursing that comes with it as well? Verse 18, for the wounds and binds up, he injures his hands, make whole. He will deliver you in 6 troubles. Yes, in 7, no evil will touch you. In famine, he will redeem you from death. In war, from the power of the sword. You will be hidden from the scourge of the tongue. Neither will you be afraid of destruction when it comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine. Neither will you be afraid of the animals of the earth. For you will be allied with the stones of the field. The animals of the field will be at peace with you. For you will know that in your tent is in peace. You will visit your fold and will miss nothing. You will know also that your offspring will be great. Your offspring as the grass of the earth. You will come to your grave in full age, like a shock of grain in its season. Behold, we have researched. It is so. Hear it and know it for your good. Everything that this man is saying is correct, except for one thing. Job was blameless. If I had this friend and he sat before me, I would say he's telling the truth. But Job knows he didn't do anything wrong. In fact, he's offering sacrifices for his own children, so they might, be blameless. Let's see what he says in chapter 6. Then Job answered, oh, that my anguish were weighed, and all my calamity laid in the balances. For now it would be heavier than the sand of the seas. Therefore my words have been rash, for the arrows of the Almighty are within me. My spirit drinks up their poison. The terrors of God set themselves in array against me. Does the wild donkey bray when he has grass, or does the ox low over his fodder? Can that which has no flavor be eaten without salt? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? That's so true. I've been eating a lot of eggs. Verse 7, my soul refuses to touch them. They are loathsome food for me. Oh, that I might have my request, that God would grant the thing that I long for, even that I would please God to crush me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Let it still be my consolation. Yes, let me exult in pain that doesn't spare, that I have not denied the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should wait? What is my end that I should be patient? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of bronze? Is that I have no help in me, that wisdom is driven away from me? Man, I feel Job so much. He's gone through so much, and now his health is failing him, and he just wants to die. He doesn't want to curse God. He just wants to know why God hasn't taken him. And when my son was killed, when he was murdered, I felt like that for months. And it took a while to get back what I had. And even then, I'm still not 100%. I could never be who I was. That completely changed me. And if you're wondering about my story, my son's mom had a secret lover. And sometime during the night, I wasn't there, obviously. He abused my son so bad, my son got a brain bleed and he died from it. Oh man, he was in the hospital for like at least 2 weeks, and I had to watch it, and it was just awful. And I can never be the person I was because my son gave me the heart that I needed. All throughout my life, I've just been callous towards people. And my son came into my life to give me a heart. And after that, I started to research everything that was going on. What am I ever going to see my son again? You know, he was murdered. He was taken from me. Am I ever going to see my son again? And it led me to the spiritual works. I even tried to contact the dead to see if he would answer me. That didn't work, obviously. But when I started to read the Bible, it gave me hope. And obviously, I backed it up with science. And science is very for Christianity. I don't think a lot of people understand that. I might make a course on it one day. Science is very for Christianity. The origin of life. Science hasn't figured it out. Only creation is the answer, and I can back that up. Side tangent. Let's get going. Verse 12. It is my strength. Let's for verse 14. To him who is ready to faint, kindness should be shown from his friend, even to him who forsakes the fear of all the Almighty. My brothers have dealt deceitfully as a brook, as the channel of brooks that pass away, which are black by reason of ice, in which the snow hides itself. In the dry season they vanish. When it is hot, they are consumed out of their place. The caravans that travel beside them turn away. They go up into the waste and perish. The caravans of Tema looked. The companies of Sheba waited for them. They are distressed because they are confident. They came there and were confounded. For now you are nothing. You see a terror and are afraid. Did I ever say, give to me? Or offer a present for me from your substance? Or deliver me from the adversary's hand? Or redeem me from the hand of the oppressors? He didn't say all that. Verse 24, teach me, and I will hold my peace. Cause me to understand my error. How forcible are words of uprightness. But your reproof, what does it reprove? Do you intend to reprove words, since the speeches of one who is desperate are as wind? Yes, you would even cast lots for the fatherless, and make merchandise of your friend. Now therefore, be pleased to look at me, for surely I will not lie to your face. Please return, let there no be injustice. Yes, return, my cause is righteous. Is there any injustice on my tongue? Can't my taste discern mischievous things? Job knows he has done absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing. And it's just tearing him up inside. Let's keep on reading. Isn't a man forced to labor on earth? Aren't his days like the days of a hired hand? As a servant who earnestly desires the shadow, as a hireling who looks for his wages, so I am made to possess moths of misery. Wearisome nights are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when will I arise and then the night be gone? I toss and turn until the dawning of the day. My flesh is clothed with worms and clods of dust. My skin closes up and breaks out afresh. My days are swifter than the weaver's shuttle and are spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is a breath. My eye is no more. See good. The eye of him who sees me will see me no more. Your eyes will be on me, but I will not be. As a cloud is consumed and vanishes away, so he goes down to Sheol, will come up no more. He will return no more to his house, neither will his place know him any more. Therefore, I will not keep silent. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Man, have I been there. It's like, I will not keep quiet. I am depressed and I'm bitter, and I will not keep silent. Man, I have been there. Verse 12, I am a sea or a sea monster, that you put a guard over me. When I say my bed will comfort me, my couch will ease my complaint. Then you scare me with dreams and terrify me through visions. Can't even get comfort and sleep. I have definitely been there as well. Verse 15, so that my soul chooses strangling, death rather than my bones. I loathe my life. I don't want to live forever. Leave me alone, for my days are but a breath. What is a man that you should magnify him, that you should set your mind on him, that you should visit him every morning and test him every moment? How long will you not look away from me, nor leave me alone until I shallow down my spittle? If I have sinned, what do I do to you, you watcher of men? Why have you set me as a mark for you, so that I am a burden to myself? Why do you not pardon my disobedience and take away my iniquity? For now I will lie down in the dust. You will seek me diligently, but I will not be. I think we can all feel the anguish on Job's tongue. And it terrifies him that he's not getting answers. Not exactly what happened, because you can see he does complain about what happens, but he's not addressing why did this happen. He's just addressing, I don't understand, I just want to understand, and I have definitely been there. I think we all have to some extent. The last thing we're going to read is Proverbs 21, verse 27, and then we'll be done for the day. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he brings it with a wicked mind? And this is what it says in Revelations, is that the abomination of desolation. The Antichrist will come. He will come into the third temple, which is about to be risen up. Guys gotta watch out. The third temple is about to be built within a year or two, which is interesting. The Antichrist will come in. He will proclaim himself as the Messiah, and he will say, worship me instead of the Lord. He is the abomination of desolation. How much more when he brings it with a wicked mind? He will be the ultimate wicked mind of all time. So watch out. But I don't think that's talking about the Antichrist. I was just offering that up as an analogy. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for everything that you've given us. Help us understand Job's misery and suffering, and how, unfortunately, it brings us to you. And we know that. And I wish it were not a thing. I wish everybody would have a peaceful and loving life. But I know that pain and suffering is what causes us to seek you. And I wish it were different, but it's true. And I know that you wish it was different, but it's true. We are very hard-headed, and sometimes we don't get things the first time, but please be with us and talk to us today, and be with us. Tell us what you want us to do today. And please be with everyone who is listening to this right now, that you may be with them. In the name I pray. Amen. Thank you for joining me on October the 8th. I will be with you tomorrow. And if you would like to listen to this again, go to the podcast and share it with somebody, not for anything else, but just to go through the Bible, because I think it's important for people to do so. I'll see you later, and goodbye.